the price is right, the layout is good, the neighborhood checks all the boxes, but there's always that one lingering question: is this a good builder or not? I mean, it can feel pretty risky to commit to one builder when we have an overwhelming amount of builders to choose from. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my personal experience as well as buyers' experiences with Chesmar homes so that you can make an informed decision if you are considering this builder. So if you want all the negative stuff, I'm going to put that at the end of the video. We're going to start with the positives. Number one is that it is a good value. One of the best things about Chesmar and why I personally like them is the value they offer for the price. They're not a luxury top tier builder. They are a solid mid-tier builder. And if you're unfamiliar with tiers of builders, I have a guide down below. So the thing with Chesmar is that you're going to get a good quality home for the price. You're going to get quality finishes, you're going to get a quality build, and it's going to be the best value compared to other mid-tier builders. For instance, if you were to build the same floor plan or similar floor plan with Highland Homes or David Weekley, you would pay significantly more than you would for Chesmar. And it's not because the build quality is significantly less. The build quality is actually very, very similar, if not maybe even a little better. One of the ways that Chesmar has been able to cut costs and make it more affordable for you for the value is that they have simplified the process when it comes to building a new construction home. So instead of overwhelming you with dozens of upgrade options and multiple design center appointments off-site, they have eliminated all that and you do all the decision making in-house at the model home. So they have all the upgrades that you can do that you pick within the model home with your sales agent, which cuts a lot of costs for Chesmar homes. It's straightforward, it's efficient, and it's really good for buyers who don't want to be overwhelmed or juggling a lot of decision making. Number three is that it's a good quality build. While I am not an engineer, I do rely heavily on feedback from home inspectors and construction professionals, and I'm always asking them, in your opinion, who is the best home builder, or what do you think of this home builder? Across the board, Chesmar has gotten good reviews from both home inspectors as well as construction professionals or other construction managers for builders. In fact, recently I was helping a client build a Perry home, and I asked that construction manager who built their house they live in, and she said, I built a Chesmar home. I really like their quality, and I think they're a good builder for the value. So to me, that speaks volume if a construction manager from Perry Homes is willing to build a Chesmar home and trust it. Number four, it's a good company. Chesmar's reputation extends beyond their homes. They also treat their employees really well. And from my experience with home builders, ones that treat their employees well and value them also value their customers and their customers' experiences. It's a refreshing difference, especially compared to building and working with corporate home builders. Number five, and one of the most important, is that they are willing to negotiate with you. You're buying an inventory home, and by inventory I mean one that's already built. Chesmar is more than willing to negotiate. I've helped many buyers secure really good deals with Chesmar, especially on already completed inventory homes. But it's not all perfect. Now let's get into some of the negative things I've heard about Chesmar and experiences that I have personally had with Chesmar. Number one is the in-house lender. Chesmar's in-house lender, CLM Mortgage, can definitely be a sticking point. While the incentives they offer are typically really good, what my buyers have found is that they are qualified for a lower interest rate when they look outside of CLM Mortgage. Basically, what they do is they give you a lot of credits and a higher interest rate that it's just enough it makes sense to go with CLM Mortgage, even though you know you could get a much lower interest rate if you were to drop the credits and go with an outside lender, which can really frustrate buyers that they don't get the credit as well as the lower interest rate. I've also had clients mention a lot of disorganization with CLM Mortgage, meaning that they are asked for documents multiple times, their file gets moved around to a lot of different people. So if you are going to go with CLM Mortgage, just be prepared that it's going to be a process and there's probably going to be a lot of repetition within the company. So as far as what to expect during the build process, overall with Chesmar, most of my clients' homes have closed on time or very close to on time. I've never experienced a major delay with Chesmar homes. Like any builder, you're going to find minor problems on the inspection reports and things will be found. They are not a perfect builder by any means, but I've never had a major issue. I think the worst issue I had is in the pre-drywall inspection. There was a crack in the foundation. It was caught early and they were able to fix it. It wasn't a big deal. But like I said, that's the biggest thing we found, and that's relatively common in the drywall inspection. As far as inspection reports go and cosmetic updates, Chesmar has been more than willing to let third-party inspectors come through, and they will fix everything that is within reason on the inspection report. Resell with a Chesmar and appreciation. When it comes to long-term value and appreciation for a Chesmar home, these are a few things I would personally keep in mind. Number one is that the neighborhood matters the most. Chesmar builds in several communities throughout the Houston region, and so picking the right neighborhood is what's going to impact your resale value much more than the builder itself. So make sure that you are researching the actual neighborhood and the appreciation rates within that neighborhood. You want to look for areas that have strong amenities, good schools nearby, and a lot of future potential growth. Another thing is that Chesmar is another home builder here that builds both townhomes and single family homes in the suburbs. And while there's nothing wrong with townhomes, they do appreciate different and they do sell different here in the suburbs. So just be fully aware of what you're signing up for before you buy a townhome. If you found this video helpful and you're curious about other builder reviews, I have a guide down below with builders similar to Chesmar and my personal opinion on them if you'd like to download that. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.